What's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of the Big Man on Campus podcast. I'm your host, the Big Man on Campus, here on a Monday, August 13th, 2018, taking a look at the Monday card, get into some college football, some soccer. We'll talk about all sorts of stuff, Tiger, whatever you want to talk about here today. We'll get into that and more. Hit the like button if you're out there. Really just going to take it however you want to take it today, and we'll get into all that stuff and more. I won't go through every baseball game, but we'll go through a couple to see if we could find some value. I will say this. The last show I did on the channels was very successful. You look at the England Championship over the weekend. I absolutely murked that card. I think I hit all but two games. Villa came in, Millwall under came in. What else do we have? I think I give out Leeds Derby over 2.5. Middlesbrough hit. Nottingham Forest came in. Bromwich Albion Norwich came in over the number. I hit a lot of games. A couple I didn't get right, but I think for the most part, it was a winning day. I had a winning day. I had a great weekend in soccer, actually. I went 5-2. On my plays. I went I went more than 5-2. I think I went 6-2. I was 4-2 on Saturday and then 1-0 on Sunday. So I was 5-2. So yeah, it was a good weekend for me on the parlays and or not the parlays, on the picks. So yeah, that was that. Happy to have that. Well, sorry, Nick. Maybe you should not do parlays anymore. That's a good idea. Parlays are bad. Bad. No parlays. Welcome into everyone out there. We'll get into some Tiger stuff. We'll get into some SEC. I get some SEC. I got a team in the SEC that I'm high on, and it's not a team that we've talked about yet. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll get into some soccer stuff, what I saw over the weekend that I didn't understand, and then baseball as well. Big Man, what did I tell you about Liverpool? Listen, you didn't tell me anything. We know Liverpool's good. I don't think nobody's surprised by that, that Liverpool's good. You make it sound like you're the only one that knows Liverpool's good. You keep saying, Big Man, what did I tell you about Liverpool? I root for Liverpool. I know they're good. That's the team I root for. I know they're very good, Teddy. I'm aware of that. Because I think West Ham's a good side. That's why I picked them. And I'd pick them again tomorrow if I could do it again. West Ham United is a very good side. They didn't play well on Sunday. What are you going to do? But leave it to you to only bring up the loser that I mentioned. It's all good. But you're not telling us anything we don't know. Liverpool's not good. We know that they're good. West Ham didn't play well. I'm a completely broken record, but I love MLS. It's a great league. Last night's games were terrific. I thought DC United and Orlando was great. I thought the second game was awesome. Exactly, hide and seek. That's my point here. When you're getting a play like that, and you have a team in West Ham who I think is the seventh best team in the league, and I'm getting 2 goals with them, I'm going to take it. It's just how it's going to go. Hide and seek is exactly right. When you're getting 2 at plus or even money, you take it. If you lose, you lose. That's why I took West Ham. I didn't think they could win the game. I wasn't looking for them to win the game. I was just looking for them to keep it close. They didn't keep it close. Exactly. Let's get into some baseball. We'll talk about soccer and college football in a little bit here. Don't have a ton on the card here with baseball, but I will go over a few of these. I think, look, going against Tommy Milone makes sense tonight. Listen, Tommy Milone is a bad pitcher. He has been. He always will be. He's a bad pitcher. We saw it in the last outing against the Atlanta Braves. Mikolas has been terrific. Miles Mikolas has been absolutely terrific. He does not walk people. This guy has 25 walks and 144 in the third innings. He has one of the best walk ratios in the league. He's been really good. In his 11 home starts, he has 9 walks. I mean, he's absolutely fantastic, and he's been a really good pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals. For me, I liked them tonight, especially off that long game last night. They had to travel in to St. Louis. You obviously have the sting of losing that game. Look, I just don't think Washington's a very good team. I don't. And when I can get Malone at anything under like 140, 145, I would take a shot. I'm definitely on St. Louis. I'm taking them tonight. What I think about Kershaw, Bumgarner? Nah. I mean, too high of a number. I don't really want to take the Giants either. So I don't have much there. Kershaw's been cruising. You would expect Bumgarner, who's pitched well, to have a good night tonight. But Dodgers don't hit lefties either. That would be a game that I'd be looking under the number. At 7, you're getting a good number there. Look, 4-3, I mean, you're going to get a push out of that. I think this is like a 3-2 type of game. 3-1, 4-1. I would go under in that one. When I'm getting the Dodgers against a lefty, especially against the caliber of Bumgarner, I'd be looking under the number. I'd be curious to know what the last time these guys pitched, what the totals have looked like between these two. You look at the last time Bumgarner pitched against the Dodgers, it was 3-1 Dodgers. You look at the last few games between these teams, 8 of 13 have gone under the number, and 18 of 25 in LA have gone under the number. So, yeah, I'm looking under the number in this one if I had to play it. Big man, that going back and forth between you and Donnie was awesome. I love it. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's from the cusp. Donnie and I don't. A lot of people think we discuss stuff before the show. It really isn't. We literally just kind of get on the show and talk. It's not scripted or anything like that. And look, he generally does not like Tiger Woods. I do. I'm a Tiger fan. I think Tiger's great for golf. I don't think you can actually say with a straight face you don't think Tiger Woods is not good for golf. Golf is just interesting when Tiger's around. I mean, ask yourself this. If Adam Scott and Brooks Koepka were fighting it out yesterday, would any of us really have cared? Seriously? I mean, you'd have your golf fans that cared, but people care because Tiger Woods was there. It's just the point of it. And he was absolutely phenomenal yesterday. To do what he's done, to do what he's doing since that back injury, I mean, it's pretty amazing. What else do we have here? Would I run line St. Louis? No, not really, because I think the number's low enough to still bet the money line. You're only laying 140-ish. And look, St. Louis does have the issue with giving up. I mean, first 5's not a bad play here. If you want a little extra, money back, maybe do the first 5 minus a half or a lower juice number. I think first 5 minus a half looks good here as well. Did you see your boy Vita Vea for Tampa Bay? Have I seen my boy Vita Vea? No, I haven't. I haven't watched anything with preseason just yet. I think he got injured though, from what I've heard. What about DeGrom? Do you think there's value there? No. Listen, I'm not ever betting on DeGrom to win. It might sound crazy, but I'm not. I mean, he doesn't win. They don't win when he pitches. It's sad, but it's true. Is he a great pitcher? Yes, and I think he is. It's sad that he's wasted on such a pathetic franchise. This guy through 23 games has an ERA at 1.77. His whip is under 1. He struck out 183 batters in 152 innings, yet he's 9-14. I mean, it's pathetic. It really is. And no, I don't ever trust them to win a game for him. And I don't especially trust him against Severino. Severino's not pitching well, but he's off a pretty good game against the White Sox. And I'd imagine this is another game where he gets kind of going a bit. Do I like them maybe plus 1.5? No, I really can't get in any. I have no interest in really ever betting on the Mets. Obviously, the bullpen's here. Yankees have a much better bullpen, the better lineup. They really have everything they do is better. The only thing that you can maybe hang your hat on is Severino and his pitching lately. He's not been great over the last 10 or so games. And the Mets are generally much better offensively on the road than they are at home. Go figure. But again, the Yankees are also very good at home. So it's hard for me to really put down much in the way of confidence in the Mets. At the number, I don't know, maybe take a shot with DeGrom if you're looking for a dog, but I don't ever trust them to win a game for him. What else do we got here? What's up, Skooma Steve? How are you? Usually agree with Donnie's opinions, but I didn't today. All right. Well, again, that's the college football stuff. I was a bit surprised by his opinion, frankly. But we all have our opinions. By the way, guys, want to let everyone know, check out FanDuel.com. FanDuel.com for all your fantasy needs. If you're looking to get into the daily fantasy world, FanDuel would love to have you. They have some great games every night. Great prizes, all sorts of fun stuff. You wanted to get a daily fantasy, check out my page at FanDuel, FanDuel.com/BMOC. Sign yourself up. They give you $20 for signing up to play in the games. Maybe you can make yourself an instant millionaire. I don't know. Do what you can do, but do it at FanDuel.com/BMOC. Also, if you're interested in a fantasy league for the season, I have a few spots left over in my fantasy league. It's $200. It's ESPN. It's PPR. The draft's next Sunday at 9 p.m. If you want to join me, let me know. Don't tell me now. Just DM me on Twitter, and I'll get you involved. I got a few spots left. I'll be in it. My brother's in it. My boy Ryan's in it. A couple of people that I know from SBR are in it. All sorts of people. So check that out. If you want, get in touch with me. We'll get you involved. Also, tonight, I'm going to be filling in for Gabe Morency on SBR. I'll be on the next couple nights. We'll bring back the late night on campus if you're around. Unfortunately, Gabe had a passing in his family. His mother passed away, and I, as always, send my condolences to Gabe. I've said before, and I'll say it again. Up until last year, I didn't know Gabe. He was a new guy that I'd kind of got to know, and I'll tell you what, he's turned into a good friend of mine. We do a lot of content, him and I, Friday nights, Thursday nights. If you guys know, if you watch the show, we do a lot. We have a lot of fun doing the live betting and all sorts of stuff. And it was definitely I was gutted to hear the news. I know he was close with his mother, as many of us are. It's never easy losing a parent. I've never, thank God, had to deal with that. But I know he's hurting right now. So I send my condolences to him and to his family, and they find peace. And I will definitely, if asked, fill in for Gabe, which I have been, and I will. We'll not be able to basically, I don't know if we'll be able to handle it like he normally does, because he's kind of a pro at this point, but I've done it before. We'll be there. I think Ian Cameron will be on me tonight. Ian Cameron and I will have some fun on the show, late night. No homo there. But we'll be on the air and we'll do our thing. So join us tonight for that at the SBR YouTube at 10 o'clock. Why did SBR stop the show today? I have no idea. I've still not got an explanation. Something to do with the control room. There was some some issue there. I don't know. What do we got on Tiger? A couple things on Tiger. Tiger's great for golf. It's great, like even 40-year-old Kobe playing now for any team. Listen, all that stuff is great. I mean, we always love to see, players from old. Listen, I'll tell you right now, if Michael Jordan suited up, I'd be interested. So, I mean, again, I think Tiger can still compete. We saw that. He could still compete. Do I think Kobe and MJ could still compete? I don't know. But I know Tiger can, and Tiger showed that yesterday. What's up, Naeem? This thing we do, DeGrom 5-11 against winning teams. Good point. Look, I don't think I wouldn't pick him against any team. They don't win his games, no matter if they're good or bad. My Twitter is you don't know my Twitter. Interesting. My Twitter's at Jeff Nadeau. Am I selling picks? I will be, yeah. You and Donnie good now. Listen, Jared, it's not like we're mad. We're friends. We don't agree on things. It happens. If you thought we were actually mad at each other, you don't know him and I. Because we don't hold grudges against each other. He knows that I don't agree with him and he doesn't agree with me. We don't have an issue. We actually talked right after the show. We were talked about our website. I mean, we're totally good. What else do we have? Russell, what's up? Brian, what's up? Lloyd, what's up? Let's get Ian soccer picks tonight. Well, we'll try. We'll see what he's got going on. I've noticed Donnie went from Tiger never winning a tournament to never winning a major. Good point, Toutsman guy. I've seen that as well. We'll have to get his. We'll have to get into what he's what's going on there. I noticed that as well. What's up, Brian Rowe? Big man, when the Eagles-Vikings play this season, get me on your show. No, I'm not getting you on my show. Come on, dude. Are you kidding me? Why would I have you on my show? You're a fan. You're a fan of that team. I have no interest in hearing your breakdown. We all know where your breakdown's going on that. No. Not happening. We already know what you want to say. You think the Vikings are going to win. We get it. I don't think we need your breakdown. You want to say how great the Vikings are, which we're well aware of. Do you bet MLB at all? I bet a couple games. I didn't really bet it this weekend, no. I will bet it tonight. I have a couple games that I'm looking at. But no, I don't bet it every night. I've seen a lot of Tiger haters, but Donnie takes the cake. Yeah, I agree. Tiger went from being ranked 626 to 26th in the world. What exactly? Listen, yesterday was impressive. It was like watching the old school Tiger. It was like that was back. It was like I was younger again, and I could watch Tiger just destroy people. It was impressive. The crowd was fantastic. I thought everything about it was amazing. And to be able to do that, it was amazing. What's up, Adam? I thought you were all about opportunity. Come on. I'm not. He got me wrong. I'm not all about opportunity. No, not going to happen. I mean, I don't understand why you're mad at me. All you want to do is discuss your love affair with the Vikings. You're a fan. It's okay, man. We have no problem with that. I'm a fan of a team. I get that. Just like in the World Cup, you were talking about everything about the World Cup was about your team. I don't work like that. I have a couple favorite teams, but I don't really bet on them. I don't really ever talk about them. To me, you can't really have favorite teams in a sport. People ask me, what's your favorite college basketball team? I don't really have one. I watch Temple. They're my hometown team. I enjoy them. Want to see them do well, but I don't let my handicapping get in the way of them. If they're not going to win, I bet against them. College football, I don't have a favorite team. Soccer, I have my teams that I personally have, but I don't really make them well known. I just root for them. Baseball, I don't let none of that clouds my judgment. I feel like you would cloud yours. Big man, thank you. You helped me win my ESPN college basketball bracket. Well, that's great, Yellow Jesus. I'm happy to hear that. Glad to hear you won. Hopefully I can help you again this year. That's great. Good to hear that. Good morning, show. Tough to say who was right or wrong, but I enjoy the opposing viewpoint. I'm glad to hear that. Listen, I win. Okay. We all love Tiger. Okay. Yes. Who's your Heisman pick for this year? My Heisman pick is I got Shea Patterson. I got Will Greer. And I like Jonathan Taylor a little bit. I think he's going to have a big workload at Wisconsin. Can we hear your MLB picks? I was giving them out. I was just getting sidetracked. Yeah, so far I like the Mets and not the Mets, Yankees. I like the Dodgers, Giants under 7, and I like the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals. What else do we have? Mariners, Athletics, pass. Clevenger, Bailey. I don't know, maybe a Cleveland team total over. It's probably 5 though. Cologne and Greinke. I don't know. I kind of like the Diamondbacks run line a little bit. I mean, whenever Cologne pitches, I fade. And Cologne is bad. And Cologne is complete dog shit. Bartolo Colon needs to retire. It's time to go away, big fella. I respect it. You're doing your thing. You've done it for a while, but you can't get anyone out anymore. It's time to retire, bro. Greinke speaks for himself. You're going to get 9 at-bats here. Arizona run line looks pretty good here. Those are probably a couple that I'm looking at. I'm not going to go too crazy. You and Donnie are Eagles fans breaking down the game, but we break down the game with no favoritism. You can't do that in this business, man. We're also paid to be on the show. That's why we do it, dude. If you want, contact SBR and try to become an NFL writer. And people come to me, how do I get on? I don't do it. Here's what I'll tell you. And this is the God's honest truth. Work fucking hard like I did to get on. People are like, why can't I get on the show? I don't know, go ahead and create your own show, just like I did. I sat in my fucking living room and grinded out shows. And I kept emailing them to see if I could get on. And I make connections with people that matter, people that are actually doing shit. That's how I kind of get on different things. If you want to be an NFL podcaster, start a show this year and try to get people to listen to it. You know, that's the thing. Is Bartolo Colon a Hall of Famer? Listen, I think I would think it'd be hard to keep him out. I mean, he's been a legendary pitcher. I mean, he's pitched. I mean, this guy was drafted in I think 96. I want to say. I think it was 96. He started in the major leagues. I mean, he got drafted, I think, even before that. But I'm trying to think when he was drafted. He was signed in 93. Wow. He made his debut in 97. Wow. So he's been in the league 30 years. That's amazing. Or no, 20 years. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of accomplishments. He won the Cy Young in 05, 4-time All-Star, AL wins leader in 2005, shutouts leader in 13, Sporting News Pitcher of the Year in 05, most wins by a Latin American pitcher. I mean, I would be hard-pressed to think he wouldn't be. With this career, definitely. Tiger Woods is the whole reason I started playing golf, and no one's ever had the type of impact on the sport like he has. Exactly. Do you think there's value in Atletico to win the Champions League? No. The bigger teams will win. They always do. When you release more information about your picks, we'll be putting out info on the 20th. That's when the website's being, made up right now. I mean, we're just waiting on the company to finish it. Exactly, Brandon. Agreed. My childhood will be over when Colon retires. Well, you better get used to it. It's going to happen soon. And listen, I want to go back to Teddy B. Listen, Teddy, I'm not trying to break your balls, and I'm not trying to dissuade you. But again, I see a lot of people popping up that all of a sudden they're handicappers. And I think a lot of people should put in the time that I put in and all the other guys put in. There's a lot of guys out there that have not put in the time, and I think you should. It took me a long time to get on SBR. I hit them up. I did videos once a week, and then I kept doing them. I kept working at them. I kept doing them. You got to keep working, man. That's what I got to say. You got to keep pestering people. You got to be annoying. It's like the guy that wants the record deal, but he doesn't want to do anything to get the record deal. You got to sit outside of the fucking record office and wait for the A&Rs to leave. That's what you got to do. Who's your sleeper NCAA football team this year? Wow. I got a lot of them. I mean, I've been going over all sorts. Is the pay all right at SBR? Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not really going to get into that, but it's fine. I'll say it's fine. I'll tell you a team that I'm excited about is Florida. I think Florida could be a really interesting team. Are they a sleeper? Yeah, I think they are. I think they're like that top 25 team that no one's going to really talk about, and I think they could be a good team. Mississippi State I've discussed. I think they're another team of the SEC I really like. But you look at Florida. I mean, they're in the SEC East, so they avoid Auburn. They avoid Alabama. They obviously have to deal with Georgia. But you look at Florida. Obviously, a new coach, Dan Mullen, the best coach they've had there in a long time. I mean, this team hasn't been top 40 in scoring offense in this decade. Okay, they need to get back in to running the football, to moving the football down the field. I think they can do that this year. They have two quarterbacks that are interesting. Felipe Franks is more of that dual threat quarterback. Kyle Trask is more of a pure passer. They bring back Jordan Scarlett. They have transfers coming in from Ole Miss, from Ohio State. They still have Cleveland at wide receiver. They still have Van Jefferson at wide receiver. I think they're going to be a pretty good offense. I think they could start out the season 4-0. Then they got to go to Mississippi State. That'll be tough. They got Vandy. They got South Carolina, Idaho. tough season, tough game at the end of the year, but I think they're a 7-win team. I think they could be a real interesting team. Maybe give some of these big boys a little bit of a game. They get Georgia. That one's in Jacksonville, so obviously a home game there for them, if you will. I think Florida's an interesting team. I think defensively they have a really good secondary, like always. Grantham coming in as your new coordinator. I like Florida. I think they're an interesting team. They just need to find a way to be more consistent on offense. They just do. I mean, that's the common theme with Florida. They just don't finish high enough offensively. Got to fix that. Dan Mullen should be able to fix that. I'm one of those guys. I put my time into books, and now I'm a respiratory therapist. I sports bet for fun, but if I can pay you, big man, to win for me, I'm in. I'll sure try, man. I think consistency is important. I kind of relate this business to poker, and it's very similar. Whether you like me or not, I think you have to respect the work ethic I have. I don't know if there's, I think maybe other than Gabe Morency, I think he's the only other person that I've seen that will consistently do everything he's asked to do. He works probably harder, if not harder than me. He's about the only one, though. I'll literally just outwork you. That's what I'll do. I have no problem with that. I will literally sit here and just learn more than you. And I hate to be arrogant, but I have a great memory, photographic, and I can remember anything. So that helps me be a better handicapper too. And I can just spout things off. It's impressive when people know what they're talking about. Do I know about everything? No. So I just don't talk about that. I try to talk about things that I do know. And as far as consistency, I've been doing this since 2009. I've been on this website since 2009. As far as being a capper, about as long. And as far as doing videos, 5-6 years. So, consistency is everything. Could CC just been placed in the DL? Seems to be a normal occurrence every year. Good point. Thank you, Nick. What do you think in the UFA Super Cup? I don't really care about the Super Cups. That doesn't really matter much to me. It's like the Community Shield to me. I just don't care much. There are too many other things to bet on. The only cups that I really care about are the FA Cup, and that's about it. Though that's the only actual cup that I'm interested in. I don't bet on cups other than the FA Cup. Everyone wants to be a capper, but one thing is for sure, you can find Jeff in at least one video a day. I know for a fact SBR is willing to hire. I'm sure they are. You have to obviously be able to do something. I think people do have irritation with my abrasiveness, and I'm not a yes man. I'm not going to agree with everything people say, but that's interesting. If everyone just came on and agreed with everyone every day, I don't think it'd be that interesting. You have to have interesting. You have to have quarrels. You have to have difference. You have to have difference of opinions. You have to have arguments. You have to have fire and abrasiveness. That's fun. People like that. Let me ask you this. Why do you think Mike Francesa is so successful? Answer that. You might not like Mike, but you listen to him and he's successful. And why he's more successful than everyone else? Because he doesn't first give a shit. Second of all, he has an interesting way of going at people and going at callers, and that's interesting to people. You need to have some interesting things that are going on with what you're talking about. You can't just sit there. I think Georgia's going to be good this year. Here's why. Nobody's going to listen to that. You have to be interesting. You have to be fun. And that's why people like Mike are successful. And I try to pattern what I'm doing off them. Yanks teams are a shit. Yank is a shit show right now. Yankees. I don't know about that. They're not playing well, but I wouldn't say they're a shit show. Jeff is a lot of things, and Grinder is one of them. He's the Mizrachi of handicapping. Michael Mizrachi is one of my favorite players, so that makes sense. Can't believe Florida's been so stagnant for years. Yeah, they really have. They have to fix that, and I think this year they will. Dan Mullen was a good hire for them. I think their quarterback situation, it's concerning, but I think Trask could maybe be a guy for them to help them, to watch out for him. Michigan State's my sleeper. I don't disagree with that. I think that's an interesting pick by you. I think Michigan's obviously my team that I'm very interested in, but I think with You obviously the Wisconsin, the Ohio States. I think Michigan State's just kind of hanging there. You look at this team's schedule. I mean, they get Michigan at home, they get Ohio State at home, they get Northwestern at home. They get Purdue at home. A lot of their tougher games are at home. But you need LJ Scott to pick it up. LJ Scott has went down a little bit over the last few years. And that's a problem for me. He needs to get back to the LJ Scott that can win a Heisman Trophy. If he can be that kind of player, I think Lewerke's sure the hell is good enough. Antonio Brown lifting off for practice. A lot of people limp off. If he's not 100% and he doesn't play, the Steelers are bust. I don't know about that. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, I'm sure, will be in there and be fine. But, yeah, I mean, I think I'm looking at other teams as opposed to the Steelers this year. I think they're still a talented team, though. But, yeah, trending down is probably a good word for them. Feel free to send in any questions you might have. Are you liking the Texas Longhorns? Yeah, I am. I am liking the Texas Longhorns. I'm not a Big 12 guy, if you know me, but I think Texas is a team that are interesting. Obviously Oklahoma, I'm not as interested in Oklahoma. I don't think they're as good as a lot of people think. I think they're a team that will have some concerns defensively this year. Oklahoma State, they lose a lot of talent. I don't think they'll be as big a factor. Same with TCU, but I like this Texas team. Obviously, week one, I think they bury Maryland. I think that's a great spot for the Longhorns. I think the question with them is also going to be at the quarterback position. Who are they going to go with? Is it Edlinger or is it Buechele? I think it's Buechele, personally, but I have to look more into that. I have to see kind of where they're going. I think defensively, they just have a leg up on everyone else because they actually play defense. They only gave up 21 points a game last year. They were the best team against third downs in the country defensively as far as in their conference. And they led the nation in non-offensive turnovers. So, yeah, I think defensively they're very good. I think talented. They're very talented on offense. They just need to find a way to have that consistent quarterback. I don't like the two-quarterback system. But, I mean, last year defensively they were terrific. And the talent is back in the secondary. That was one issue they had last year, but they were able to kind of fix it up, and they should be back this year a lot better in the secondary. I like Texas. As far as how many games can they win, they have a tough schedule. I mean, you got USC early on, but you do get Oklahoma at home. You do get West Virginia at home, and some of your road games are not as difficult. So, yeah, I think they're an 8-9 win team. Could they win this league? Wouldn't surprise me. If you could give the world some betting advice for week one in college football, what would it be? I would just say bet. Don't be scared. Do your research and bet games. Go with what works. College football is to me, I think it's the sport as close to normal as you can get. Sometimes you have weird years, but college for me, I like because if I bet a good team against a bad team, generally they're going to roll. That's what they do in college. If I bet, Florida against Charleston Southern, I mean, generally Florida's going to roll. I can find trends for me, like certain games where totals they're going to be high scoring. You can only set a total so high, So I look at things like that. I look at little trends and find little things. Like West Virginia, I would play them over all year, every game. Navy, every game. And some of these teams in the AAC, every game I'd play the game over the number. Don't be scared to lay points. But I only lay points, and this is important. When you're laying points in college football in week one, generally, you want to stay away when you're seeing a Power 5 against a lower-end Power 5. I think that's where you run into trouble. Like, for instance, Oregon State. They're getting a big amount of points this year against Ohio State. Those kind of games. Now, if I'm getting a team like Oregon and they're facing a lower-end D1 team, I'm laying it. But if I'm getting a Power 5 team against a lower end Power 5 team and I'm laying 35 points, I might not be as inclined to do that. The talent levels are not that far apart, let's say. But when you're getting into lower rung, Sun Belt, MAC, and those kind of conferences, the talent level is way far below some of the big boys. I mean, you're getting a team like Oregon who will lay it on you. Done, set, match. So you want to look at the games like the Oregons against the Bowling Greens, those kind of games where you're having a Power 5 team against a lower end Division I team. Are you back to selling picks again? Thought you said last year that wasn't your thing. Either way, you made me plenty of money. All good things come to an end. And I don't think I ever said it wasn't my thing. I said I don't think there's people that should be selling picks. Not saying I would never do it again. I'll ask you this: do you work for your job? You work your job for free? And believe me, the money we're charging, we could charge way more, but we're not because we're men of the people. We work for the people. We do all these shows for the people. So the amount we're charging is peanuts. We're looking to corner the market, and we're looking to find a lot of people for little. Who's winning the Pac-12? I would say Washington. Definitely. I mean, I think a lot of people were sour just because it's Jake Browning, and Jake Browning has seemed to find ways to screw things up. But I think they're the best team. I think this is the best team Peterson's had. I think Gaskin's terrific. Chico McClatcher is a great receiver. I think defensively they're absolutely fantastic. I think the schedule works for them this year. A lot of the tough games are at home. If they can get by Auburn week 1, I think they'll go undefeated. Let's keep it going here. A couple other comments. I think James Washington will step up for the Steelers. I think he will too. He made a nice catch the other night in that preseason game against the Eagles. I was watching. I don't agree with everything you say. Me and you go at it, but that's okay. Listen, I go at it with you because I think you're kind of a know-it-all kind of guy, and I think you're very much about your teams, and that's cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a fan. I mean, that's your thing. If you want to be a fan, that's cool. And like I'm not. Listen, I mean, if you make a pick and it's great, like I'll give you respect. Great job, but like. I'm sorry, but I'm not into the business of like congratulating everyone for their picks. Because let's be real, if the pick didn't come in, would you mention it? That's my thing. And be real, we all do it. Like we all put shit out there and we don't necessarily point out every pick we make. So be real, like if Germany would have beat Mexico, will we have heard your point about it? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just don't do it at all because then everyone will ask for it. I'll have to shake up. Everyone will be shaking me down. Yeah, but Dell, here's what you don't understand, Dell. Yeah, I will bury Maryland because Dell, when you have a situation like you're seeing here, it's a bad aura around a team like that. I'm not doubting you and saying Maryland's not a good team offensively, but when you have your coach get canned, which he will be, you can't keep that around. And if you do keep him around, it's even better because those players aren't playing for that guy. You have to look at situations, man. Do what you want. I mean, it's your own business, but I'm telling you, those are the kind of situations you don't want to get involved. They're not going to like come out and play hard, show that coach up. That's not going to happen. They don't have a leader right now. Their school's under major questions right now. I wouldn't want anything to do with Maryland in that game. And it's only a 12-point number. Do you ever mess around with teasers or parlays? No, not anymore. South Carolina over under 7.5 wins. I think they're 7-5-ish. I think 8 would be a big win for them. I like South Carolina though. I've talked about that. I like them a lot. I think Bentley's a good quarterback. I think I think Debo Samuel is one of the best players in the country. I really believe that. I like Muschamp defensively, but yeah, they're in a tough conference, unfortunately. Just is what it is. I don't know. You have to see. We don't do that, man. Here's the thing. I mean, people ask how many picks will we get. I have no idea. You're going to get the amount that Donnie and I decide on. I don't know how many that will be. It's not going to be. It's not going to be 10. It's not going to be 20. Put it that way. Maybe a pick or two a day, if that. But it's football, so you're not going to have picks every day. You know, you're going to get picks on Saturday. You're going to get picks on Sunday. You know, and then basketball is going to come. And I'm going to tell you right now, do you really want to be sitting on the outside for basketball? Seriously? Do you really want to do that? I wouldn't. Yeah, listen, guys, all the info will be out soon. I promise. All the info will be out soon. You get that all very soon. Does the 99 cover one sport for a season? It's month to month. Del Toledo. I would always say never buy picks from anyone. Thanks, Del. I appreciate that, man. Very nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's good stuff. We'll see. We'll have all the info out soon, guys. We'll have a sharp website. And I'll tell you what, we have a new surprise coming up that will be rolling out October 1. So that's exciting too. So get ready for someone else as well. So lot coming out, lot going on, boys. Get ready. What are your thoughts after watching the EPL? Yeah, I was going to get to that. Thanks, Joseph. I'm going to get to that. Exactly. Soccer will be a part of it as well. So, like, by the way, guys, right now, I want to point this out. I did a World Cup service. A lot of people were on it. I basically sent those people the ability to keep playing with me until September 1. And they continue to play with me until week 1. And, you know, you look at soccer, you look at the weekend. We went 4-2 on Saturday, 1-0 on Sunday. I'm up about 8 units on the season there. Listen, I mean, it all speaks for itself, boys. I mean, it just does. I'll grind. I'll be on a platform soon to showcase my opinions. Quote me. Well, Teddy, I hope you are. Good for you. But I'll tell you this. Don't be the guy that comes and goes. Stick with it. A lot of people don't stick with this shit. A lot of people get discouraged because they lose for a couple weeks. People like me break their balls. Do it. Do it then. You know, that's what I have to tell you. I grind. We all grind. You know, when I first started all this, my goal was to get paid to do content. That was my goal. And then I grew the goal. The goal was then, okay, now now I have, you know, a company that will let me do content. Okay, now what? Now what do I do? Then the goal is, okay, so I have all these people. Then I'm giving out picks for free too. Now what? And then now everything else is coming. And then down the road, more and more things will come. So it's all about setting the bar. So your goal should be you want to become known in the business. It's hard, especially now because everybody's doing it. I just want to carve my niche. You know, give me my little niche. Give me the ability to grow, and I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, EPL. I thought it was an interesting weekend. You know, I thought there were some interesting performances. I thought Wolves really missed out on an opportunity. I mean, you get down to 10 men. It's a tie game. You know, basically after that goal, which was a terrific goal there by Ruben Neves. I mean, terrific stuff. And then you end up drawing. I mean, that can't happen. Just can't. You got to find a way to win that match. That's a tough way to lose because to me, that's a loss for Wolves. They'll get a point out of it, but I think Everton should be quite happy that they were able to get a point out of that one on the road. I'll tell you what, Everton's a team to keep your eye on. They really, really are. It wouldn't surprise me if they find a way to sneak into the top 6, top 5 maybe. I mean, are they seriously that much worse than Chelsea or Arsenal or teams like that? I mean, I thought their lineup on Sunday was terrific. I mean, Tosun up front. I think Sigurdsson kind of in the middle. Theo Walcott on the edge. Richarlison was, I thought, one of the better players of the weekend. I thought defensively they were good, and they didn't even have their full complement of defenders in there. I mean, Jagielka got red carded and sent off. Michael Keane's old. I mean, there's a reason they signed Lucas Digne. I mean, he'll be in there. Niasse didn't play. Calvert-Lewin didn't play. I think Silva's got a good team. Watch out for Everton. I was impressed by them this weekend. They didn't let the red card bother. You know, he was sent off. You know, and they made it happen. They really could have won the game. I mean, the fact if they could have won that match down a man. I mean, Raul Jimenez just got a big goal late, but I thought Everton were really impressive this weekend. Comments: no more SBR? ? I didn't say anything about that. I can't wait to be a part of the winning team. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it. I put the whole Camden on SBR. Did you really? Good. Yellow Jesus from Camden, not far away. Yeah, exactly. Settle down, Patel. Exactly, Bruce Chad. Tell him, Bruce Chad. To Patel asking about what people make. Settle down, Patel. Big man's the best out there. Chai Picks chiming in. Haven't heard from you in a while. Appreciate it. What were your final World Cup numbers? You know, I can look them up right now. My final World Cup numbers with the plays that I sent out, I think I made 7 units of profit. I have to look. I think it was around that number. I want to say I was 19 and 12. So, pretty good year. Big man, can we meet up for a Phillies playoff game if it happens? Sure. Get in touch with me on Twitter. Settle down, hide and Zeke. Tonio was on World Cup. He was on it. Yep, you know it was worth it. Thanks, Shy Picks. Big man, how old are you? I'm 29. I just turned 29. Wolves over look good at the moment. Yeah, I think you're right. I agree with you on that. I mean, they couldn't defend. I thought they were poor as well with the long ball. I mean, everything was out of bounds. Everything was offsides. Arsenal had a problem with that yesterday as well. But I agree with you. Wolves, I think, are a problem in defense. I think Cardiff are horrendous. I mean, I'd be betting against Cardiff all year, and I will be betting against them all year. Burnley was a nice surprise just today. I grabbed them plus a half a goal. Way too many people were overacting with Burnley. Oh, they're playing in the Champions League or the Europa League. They're going to be too tired. They're more match fit than everyone else. It's like me in college basketball. Okay, I bet college basketball all non-conference. Nobody else bets it. And then football ends and everyone starts betting college basketball. I'm already a leg up on you, boys. I'm already match fit. That's how it goes. Burnley's the same way. Big result yesterday for Burnley. Probably should have won the game, too. They had a few opportunities to win that match. Burnley is a team. Don't knock them out just yet. Bournemouth, I like. I think they're a team that will surprise. They could score goals, but they're a good over team as well because they'll have trouble keeping goals out. Problem is Cardiff has no attack going forward, so I'm not worried. Fulham, they were probably the most annoying team of the weekend. They couldn't score. They had opportunities, couldn't score. So that was irritating. This weekend, we'll get to that later in the week, obviously with Premier League punters. I think I made a half a unit. Didn't do great with my picks this week, but we'll get back on the horse this weekend. What else do we have here? We got about 5 minutes to go. You've been doing this for 9 years. Yeah, I've been on Twitter a long time. What else do we have here? I gotta laugh at Bruce Chad. He's funny when he does Settle down, Cummings. How sick was the Rudy play last night? Yeah, it was terrific. It was awesome. I thought he was very good. And that play was terrific. That was old school Wayne Rooney. Settle down, Bruce Chad. He's being nice. You and Donnie are joining forces. Who's doing your social media? Listen, Touts McGee, we've actually did our own social media, and I just do it off grinding the fuck out. Shit like this, promo, doing good at betting. I mean, I went from 3,000 followers to 11 in like less than a year. So that's about, trying to grind, get my name out there. I don't buy followers. I don't, put dumb shit out for likes. I just grind out followers. And we'll keep promoting it. I have a couple different things that I'm going to be doing this football season. I got a couple local radio stations, one in North Carolina, a couple other ones. So we'll be doing them to get the name out there. Yep, I'll get into them, Gary. Gazman, appreciate it. I'll check those out. We're gonna have a lot of that this weekend. We got a FA Cup tomorrow as well, getting going. I'll have some plays with that. We all estimated Fulham and the Wolves. I don't think we overestimated Wolves. I thought Wolves were good. They couldn't find that goal to get them up. And fortunately, Richarlison was terrific. That's just how it goes. But Fulham, I was a bit surprised with. I thought they'd be a bit better. But it was only first game. But when you're not getting points at home, that's not good. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it worked out well. I didn't think they'd lose the game. Southampton are dreadful. Dreadful side. Did I catch the Spurs game? Yes, I actually took Newcastle. That was one of my losers this week. How would it work for college basketball? You'll have all the info very soon, Dale. We're going to be putting it out. It's all going to be monthly. One price a month for both Donnie and myself. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to play a couple baseball games tonight. I'm going to take the what do I have here? I'm going to take the under 7 in the Giants and Dodgers, and I'm going to take the St. Louis Cardinals against the Nationals. That'll be it for me. Have a great day. If you want to join my fantasy football league, it's $200. Please contact me. I'd love to have you. Maybe you can beat me, and we can have some fun in the fantasy league. My brother will be in it, a couple of my friends. So get in touch with me on Twitter if you wish to opine. Have a great day. Thanks for checking me out. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 5 o'clock Eastern. Hit the like button. And if you're interested, daily fantasy, check out FanDuel.com/BMOC. Get $20 now for joining, and tell them Big Man on Campus. Hey, everyone have a great day. See you next time. Bye-bye.